Hello, welcome to We Are Crafted in His Image. Today we are working on project number 2 in our December Coco and Crafts. We're using the Poinsettia Petals stamp set that came in the kit, and we are going to make an ornament this month, and we're only going to make one rather than two just to keep the cost down on the kit. And yeah, let's get started with it. I'm going to go ahead and pull out our envelope here, and we've got a wooden ring. And if you want to order more of these were, I believe, called macrame rings on, I just got them off of Amazon. These are 2 3/4 round. So yeah, those were there. And then inside your envelope, there are some pieces and parts. And this envelope goes in project number 3. So make sure you stick that back in that envelope for tomorrow's class. And let's go ahead and see what we have. Got some gold thread there. We've got some little berries made with our pretty iridescent shimmery pearl paper. We've got some holly leaves and some of the poinsettias. And some gems, of course. So, of course, as I say, every single time we do these classes, I feel like, this is not the best way to do this. You should always stamp first and then die cut afterwards. But for the kit, because I'm sending you the pre-cut pieces, we have to do it a different way. So, in your thing, you will find you have a small, a medium, and a large. You're going to need the medium and the small of those flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and grab out the medium one. I'm going to do that one first, I think, because we're going to need the second. We're going to need another block for that. And the way I found the best way to do this is, let me go ahead and get this kind of lined up before I start stamping or inking. Yeah. Okay, so that goes that way. Oops, you are not on there all the way. Make sure you're on. Yes. Gonna line up. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up my stamp. And apparently my fingers as well. You're going to turn this over upside down, line it up best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Put my hand, there we go. And then take a second block. I'm actually going to use a slightly bigger one and press down firmly. Okay. And there we go. Let me do that again, because you'll notice you have one small and you have 2 of the medium size in there. I didn't want this flower to be too big for that size ring, so I opted for just the small and the medium. But in order to make it look like a full flower, we have 2 of the mediums. Okay, set that down. Once you've set it down, try not to move it at all. That one's going to be slightly off-centered, I think, but that's alright. Yep, not too bad though. Alright, and then we're going to do the small one. Let me go ahead and clean that off of there so I can mount my small flower. There it is. Whoops. There. And I do like to kind of get an idea of which petal's going to go where before I put the ink on. That way if I need to lay down, yeah, see that one doesn't. Ah, there we go, that's the way it goes. So I'll set that there. Ink up. Set it down. And press. Ta-da! Okay, now we're going to do some holly berries, or holly leaves. Now remember, these are not poinsettia leaves. These are holly leaves. If you wanted to look like just a poinsettia, you would need to do one of these in green, because that's what holly or poinsettia leaves are. These are poinsettia leaves. They just change color from green to red. But we're going to do holly just to give our little flower cluster some variety. So let me grab out my holly, and I'm not sure which holly it was. The smaller the medium. It looks like it's the smaller of the two. Yep. And then I'm also going to need the berry cluster, so I might as well grab that while I'm at it. And then get this out of the way. So, smaller one for that, larger one for that, although I could use a small one. There we go. I have fur on my stamp. Might have something to do with having a large dog in my house. There we go. Alright, let's put away the red and get out our evening evergreen. And let's get that inked up. And, oh, yeah, we're going to do that. Well, I might be able to do this one this way. Oh, yeah, this one is easy to line up this direction. Oh, easy peasy. There we go. Oh, that's right, I don't need the berry one for this. I need it for tomorrow's card. I don't need the berries for this one. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And now we're just going to assemble, but before we assemble, actually, we're going to give these a little bit of shape. These are all very flat. So to shape it, you can simply use your fingers if you want. Just give each of the petals a little curl. I prefer to use my bone folder. And just kind of curl them back a little. And then once you've curled them back, you want to then push the petals themselves up from the center, like that. And do the same on these. There we go. And our small one, if I can pick it up, give it a little curl. And lift. Okay, and then on the holly leaves, what I did was I just took my bone folder and ran a line down the middle, kind of gave it a score line, and then folded it along that line. Okay, and do the same thing on this one. Give it a fold. Now what you can do is fold it part way and then curl the end like this. I mean, there's a lot of ways to play with the paper and give it a little bit more shape. Okay, so all of our pieces are ready. Let's start assembling, and I am going to use liquid glue for all of mine. You can use glue dots if you want. You could use hot glue if you want. If you have to do a bunch of these, hot glue probably would be a great idea. I'm going to use liquid glue because it gives me a little bit of time to move things around. I'm going to start by putting together my poinsettia by turning the petals so that they're not lined up with each other, offsetting them. Put the small one on top, again offsetting the petals. And then to glue it together, I just simply make sure you've got a good side of the wood. I think they're all the ones I found that I saw looked pretty good. But if you have one that has a chunk out of it or something, then flip it around. And then I just started with a line of glue, put some berries on kind of in that position, put on one of my holly leaves, add a little bit more glue. And actually I'm going to add the glue up, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually kind of hold this and see where I want my second thing of berries to go about that distance. There we go. Throw my other leaf on there, and then go ahead and put a little bit more glue down just to make sure you have good adhesion on that flower. And set that on there. And again, because I've got liquid glue, I can move these around a little, pull them out if I want them a little bit further out. And almost done. Now, your gems, you notice that I gave you that they're yellow. They were our regular plain white gems, just like these ones here that I gave you last week. And all I did was used one of our blends. I'm pretty sure I used Dark Daffodil, and I like to use the bullet end. Oh, if I can get it out. Oh, come on. It doesn't want to open on me. There we go. And you simply color it with the blend. Because this is alcohol based, it will color it and it'll be permanent. So that's all you got to do. If you have a variety of blends, you can have any colored gemstone you want. So we're going to pop these off. I do like to let them dry a minute before I put them on, but stick a couple of these. Oh, yep, that one's sticking to my finger because it's still wet. There we go. 1, 2, and one more. If you have more rhinestones at home, you could add a few more on here if you wanted to. I think it would also be pretty with just some gold glitter sprinkled on the middle. There we go. And let that dry. We'll go ahead and put our string on. In your kit, you have a, what is it, 9-inch piece of gold twine thread. I don't know what it's called. Cording. I'll put a link to it though. There we go. Tie that on, or tie that in a knot, and then I just like to loop it this way. That way when it hangs on the tree, it hangs straight. However, I found that it kept undoing on me and coming off. So if you want to, grab one of your glue dots or use a dot. I wouldn't use this glue. I would use regular liquid glue. This glue stays sticky, so anything that would be sticking out will remain sticky and tacky on your project. Anyway, I just took a little glue dot because I wanted mine to hang this way. If you want it to hang this way, you could just figure out where you want it, where you want the top of yours to be, and then I just stuck a glue dot down in here and got my string to adhere to that glue dot so that it would stay put and stop untying on me. Well, maybe. Stay. There we go. And there you have it. A simple little project. But I think it looks quite elegant. I like it. I like it a lot. There you go. And I will be back tomorrow with our third project, which is a card. And I can't find the card at the moment. Oh, there it is. There it is. This one here. So, one extra thing that's not in the kit that you can use, you don't have to use, is either an aqua painter, or just a paintbrush with water, or a blender pen, or even, if you really want to get fancy, the Wink of Stella. Any of those three will help to give us this shaded look in the flower. Not absolutely necessary, but a little extra that you can do that we will do tomorrow in tomorrow's project. So anyway, any of those three, and I will be back tomorrow. Till then, God's love and blessings. Bye!